We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
The woman in the hospital bed is 19-year-old Alexi Treviso. After going to the hospital with back pain, she went into the bathroom and locked the door. She then gave birth to a full-term baby.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. He came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
It was not crying or nothing.
I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying.
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
An autopsy would later reveal that the baby had been alive when it was born. I don't know how the court allows her to be free, because she's free right now while facing charges of...
So for today's drink,
Montgomery County 911, where's your emergency?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name?
Brandy Worley.
Okay. And where are the children at?
In my daughter's room on the floor.
In your daughter's room on the floor? Okay. And what caused you to do this today?
My husband wanted a divorce and wanted to take my kid. I won't let him have my kid.
Okay, and how old are your children?
7 and 3.
10 and 3?
7.
7 and 3? Okay. And where did you stab yourself at?
In the neck. Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
After getting advice from the relationship advice subreddit, Jason Worley would rightfully file for divorce against his wife, Brandy Worley, who was cheating on him with the neighbor. She threatened that if he went through with it, he would never see his children again.
St. Pete police say she convinced a group of 7 former students of hers to cut their skin to let the evil spirits out.
On June 12, 2012, Danielle Harkins would be arrested. 3 days prior, she told 7 teens that they had demons inside of them. The only way to let the demons out was to slice open their skin and burn the wounds.
She gathered the kids in a park near the pier, built a small fire.
There was apparently some chanting and dancing around this fire that was taking place.
And then police say she encouraged them to cut each other in some sort of demonic ritual to release the evil spirits from their bodies.
Kids that participated in this were rather loyal to her. There was a lot of reluctance in discussing some of these issues with us.
She only spent 6 months in prison, and she's now a free woman. Back in 2020, a video would be uploaded of a group of friends finding a suitcase in Seattle. Inside the suitcase was human remains. The murderer was Michael Lee Dudley, who had shot Jessica Lewis and Austin Wenner over a rent dispute he had with the couple. He's been sentenced to over 40 years. You wouldn't want to get this notification from your Ring app, which is what happened to Reddit user FederalPair5044 before they posted this video to the r/doorbellcam subreddit. What could that device be? Your immediate reaction might be to open up and help when a young woman comes crying to your door at 4:30 in the morning. This video was posted to Reddit by user Base Shadow, who did call the police but did not answer the door. And he might have done the right thing. She might be in desperate need of help, right? If she really is in danger, why is she hiding from the police? Also, when the neighbor's light comes on, why is she hiding from that as well? Why doesn't she run over there? Does she have a couple of armed friends hiding around the corner for when the door opens? It's happened before. She could have been completely innocent and really needing help too. We'll likely never know. This is James Rail, and this is a Ring video recorded from his ex-girlfriend's house where he would show up uninvited, trying to break in. At this point, his ex's father, Mitch Duckra, opens fire on James, hitting him 3 times. He would be pronounced dead at the scene.
I
just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her.
In 2006, being inspired by the movie Scream, Brian Draper and Tori Adamczyk would murder one of their friends, Cassie Jo Stoddard. They took videos of the planning beforehand and their reactions after.
She's our friend, but you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddard. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
I'm telling Cassie's family, but she had to be number one. We have to stick with the plan. And she's perfect, so she's gonna die.
They both received life sentences. Meet Courtney Clenny. She's a little crazy. This is her and her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, in an elevator together. And a few months later, she would stab him in the chest, which led to his unfortunate end. She's currently awaiting trial and is being sued by Christian's family.
The children's book author accused of murdering her husband.
Joining us now is author of Are You With Me, Corey Richens.
My husband passed away unexpectedly last year, so took us all by shock. And we have 3 little boys, 10, 9, and 6.
Corey Richens wanted to buy the house and then flip it for a big profit, but her husband Eric reportedly refused. Eric Richens was found dead on the floor of their bedroom from a lethal overdose of fentanyl was mixed into his Moscow Mule cocktail. The very next day, his widow signed a contract to buy the mansion. He had a party to celebrate the deal and was seen drinking and celebrating.
Took us all by shock.
He expressed to some of his family members that if something ever did happen to him, that she should be investigated.
Really letting your kids understand that you know why they're feeling the way that they are feeling.
Probably because you killed their dad and are now actively profiting off of it. You would think that your children would be safe sleeping inches away from you while you're camping in a tent. At least that's what Ellie Smith and Jake Glidden thought when they brought their 2 daughters camping in Western Australia. The family of 4 went to sleep around 8 p.m. Cleo, their 4-year-old daughter, woke up thirsty at about 1:30 a.m. She was given water and went back to sleep. When the family woke up at 6 a.m., Cleo was missing. They called emergency services. Authorities had evidence to believe it was an abduction. They had found an unknown footprint inside the tent. They would then tell Cleo's parents that most abducted kids meet their end within 6 hours of being taken. Days and eventually weeks passed, and Cleo's parents were starting to lose hope when they got a phone call in the middle of the night.
I've answered it, and straight away, I've got someone who wants to say hello to you. Cleo got onto the phone and she's like, "Hi, Mummy."
Her kidnapper, Terrence Darrell Kelly, only received 13.5 people who went missing, part 2. On the morning of June 7th, 1992, a woman named Janelle Kirby would head over to her friend's house looking for her friends Stacy McCall and Susie Streeter. She was a little concerned because the 3 had planned to go to the water park that day, but the 2 girls never showed. When she reached the house with her boyfriend, she noticed that the front door was unlocked and the porch light had been shattered. She looked around the house. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Cars were still in the driveway, but no one was home. Not even Susie's mom, Cheryl Levitt. While in the house, Janelle would receive 2 phone calls from a man making sexual innuendos. Eventually, Stacy's mom, Janice, arrived to the house looking for her daughter. She would end up calling the police. Police would do an investigation the best they could, but it was to no avail. The 3 women were gone. What made it even weirder was that all of their belongings were still inside. To this day, they haven't been found. There is a convicted kidnapper named Robert Cox that claims he knows what happened, but the police believe he's giving false statements. This case is known as the Springfield. Here's why it's a good idea using caution when considering helping people at your door in the middle of the night.
Hello, do y'all have a phone I can use? My car broke down, and y'all's the only one that got a light on.
We don't.
You don't?
Sorry. A terrible situation unfolding right now in Virginia near Roanoke.
You wouldn't think that you'd see anything overly graphic on live TV, despite how unpredictable it can be. But on the morning of August 26th, 2015, viewers of WDBJ-7 were shocked when they watched 3 people get shot live. Vester Lee Flanagan, a former reporter of the station, showed up to an interview being conducted between Allison Parker and Vicki Gardner. Shortly after the interview started, Flanagan would open fire on Allison, Vicki, and cameraman Adam Ward. The only one to make it out alive would be Vicki, after playing dead. Flanagan went on the run. He would fax and call the station to confess what he'd done, and police tracked him down, using cell phone tracking and an automated license plate reader. Once spotted, police tried to pull him over, but he sped away. His car would veer off the road into an embankment, where he would be found inside with self-inflicted gunshot wounds. As to what is in the bowl of soup, the biggest rumor is that this man was kidnapped or captured, and he is being forced to eat the remains of his wife that is contained within that bowl of soup. There is a second video.
Yeah, Lauren was my neighbor. No one has seen her since Saturday, and no one's heard from her since. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've always heard noise outside, but it's just people walking by pretty much. We were both JD students. We graduated back in May.
What kind of person was she? I mean, what did you see?
I mean, she's as nice as can be. I mean, the only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her.
That's where they had recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's how we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.